so last two types of problems we have to do. You can take these are called rational exponents. Let's just simplify it and call them fraction exponents, okay? So when you see a fraction exponent, you think, oh, I can rewrite this as a radical. Remember what a radical is. It's this, right? And sometimes it's just a 2 in there, a 3, a 4. It could be any number in there. And remember, we don't see anything in there. We know it's a 2. So let me just show you how quick and easy the answer. There's no work to show. You don't even pick up a calculator for these. I see a few of you writing. I don't want to talk while you're writing, so let me give you a second to catch up right here. Because it's so easy. Honestly, if you blink, you'll miss how to write the answer. It's that easy, okay? Okay, so guys, so you don't miss it, let me show you the answer, and then I'll show you how to do it on your own. The answer is the cube root of x to the 4th. That's it. I don't like how I wrote that. Cube root of x to the 4th. That's better. That's it. That's the answer. So you have two numbers to place somewhere, right? I didn't do anything different. It's a 4 and a 3 in there. How do you know where they go? Well, I have a trick for you. And I show this trick every year to my Algebra 2 kids, and then when I see them taking a test, it just warms my heart because I'll see them doing the little movement. So if you can picture putting your right hand over your left hand. So I'm going to turn around so you can see it that way. So if I put my right hand over my left hand to make a fraction, okay, so I'm just doing right over left. And if I was going to hug somebody, I would open my arms like this, right? So 4 over 3, so right over left, 4, 3, hug somebody. And so this is the 4, or the numerator, and this is the 3, or the denominator. So right over left, hug somebody. I need things to help me memorize something. So the numerator is your right hand, the denominator is your left hand. You wouldn't hug somebody like this, right? You wouldn't like this. You would open your arms like this. So if that helps you, wonderful. If that makes zero sense to you, figure out how you're going to memorize it. Because there's no, you can't even pick up your calculator. There's nothing you can do. That's the answer. So you know you're going to have a radical. You know you're going to have a y inside. Where does the 3 go? Is that your index or is that your exponent? Exponent. Do I write a 2 here?
Yeah.
Would Tracy Morse mark it wrong? No, I wouldn't. That's me. I would not mark it wrong. I just don't like writing it there, even though it's just not, because you'll never see it like that. So I don't want you guys to get into the habit of saying, oh, there's a 2 there. Oh, wait, there's nothing there. What does that mean? What does that mean? So you should know if there's no number in the little hooky thing, that's a 2, okay? So, but if you wrote it, I would not mark it wrong. This is technically not wrong, okay? But you notice I wrote it in pencil because I don't like it. I don't like it there. It's kind of like if you have an answer, you solve an equation, or you do something, you write the answer as x, but the person sitting next to you wrote it as like 1x. It looks weird. It feels weird. It's not wrong, though, okay? So that's kind of what I'm getting at. That's the answer. That's the answer. Okay? We could go a little bit harder, but it's not really harder, okay? This is a power to a power. When you have one base and these powers up here, do you add them, subtract them, multiply them, throw them away? What do we do with those two numbers? Multiply. Good, guys. So when you multiply, you can use your calculator if you want. 2 times 0.5, you get... Oh, I didn't want to do that. That's a bad example. Let's make it a 3 in the denominator. So 2 times 1/3 would be 2/3. Okay? So remember, if you are having trouble with that, that's 2 times 1/3, and then math and third. 2 digits. Okay? So I know I'm going to have a radical. I know the x is going to go inside. Where does the 2 go? Yeah, and the 3 goes inside. Okay? So it's literally, I mean, none of you should get those wrong on the test. You know, you'll review right before or whatever because it just introduced it to you. But those are almost like freebies, right? Like, it's just, as long as you know where the 2 numbers are supposed to go, you're in good shape. But let's go in reverse. Let's undo it. So do the same exact thing we just did, but in reverse. So if you're hugging someone, which hand's going to go on top? The right hand. Okay? So it's like right over left, hug someone, or hug somebody, go back to right over left. Or just memorize it. Okay? The number inside is the base. Okay? And its power is the numerator. And then the root is your denominator. X to the 2/5. That's it. Could this be a fraction that you have to simplify? Like, could you get 2/4? Yeah. So then you would simplify it. I don't even know if you'd get any of like that, but if it did happen. Okay, so this one will be x to the what? What's on top? 4. And on bottom, 9. You don't actually put it in your calculator or anything like that. Okay? Oh my gosh, she always has to give us a really hard one too. Just kidding. This is not hard. No, I am kidding. It's not hard. We learned how to do this yesterday. Okay. Let's do it. Let me back up and let me just say, let's do this problem just like we did these. So sometimes you might have more than one number and or letter under the radical. That's okay. Let's just take them one by one. What's the exponent on the 125? What power is on this 125 right now? 1. Just 1. Just 1. Okay? So I'm going to write 125 to the 1 over what? 3. Okay? Did that one. X to the, what's the x's exponent? 12. What's his denominator? 3. They all are going to have the same denominator. And then y to the 3 over 3. This is what you guys did yesterday, where you didn't do this step, and you don't have to do this step. You just said, what's the cube root of 125? And then you divided. Remember, 12 divided by 3, 3 divided by 3. So we can simplify these. You can use your calculator. You could have done cube root of 125, or you could do 125 to the power of 1/3. And you'll get 5. Can I simplify 12 over 3? It becomes 4. And yesterday you learned it as 12 divided by 3. Same thing. Look, it's the same thing. And then 3 divided by 3 is 1. Do I put the 1 there? You can, right? But you don't need to. Would Tracy Morris mark it wrong if you put a 1 there? No. But you would never see a 1 written as an exponent. So guys, don't overthink this problem. There's 1, 2, 3. Think of it as 3 separate parts of the problem. You just take them one by one. So 125 to the 1/3, x to the 12/3, y to the 3/3. Can I simplify any of them? If I can, I will. And that's just division or calculator there. Okay? Now let me remind you about the even, odd rule we learned yesterday. Really, really important. Because that problem looks really hard, right? How the heck are you supposed to simplify that? But remember what we learned yesterday. It's super, super easy. You can do it the method I just showed you there or the method I showed you yesterday, which is actually easier. Okay? So let me just back up real quick. Why didn't I do A and B the way I did C? It's because they didn't have, there was nothing I could do. It's 2, you can't do 2 divided by 5, or you can, it's just 2/5. 4 divided by 9 is 4/9. So the 4th root of 16, again in your calculator, you have to put the 4 on your screen first, then math, then number 5. So 4th root of 16 is 2. So the 4th root of 16 is just 2. And we can just divide here. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2. And 12 divided by 4 is 3. Even, odd. Anytime our index is even, an exponent is even, and the exponent in your answer is odd, we need absolute value symbols. It only matters with letters. We don't worry about the 2, okay? and we take each letter one by one. They're all going to have an even in the beginning, right? Because of that. And inside, look, they're all even actually, but hypothetically you're going one at a time. Even, that one's even, that one's even. So now we only have to look at, are any of these exponents on the variables odd? Are any of the exponents odd? Of course. Odd numbers. Are they all odd? No. Which ones are odd? X is to the first. You need some absolute value symbols. Does y need absolute value symbols? Y squared. Nope. Okay. That's it. We've learned it all. This is not going to take a long time. There's not a lot of work to show or anything. So don't just copy the answers. Please, 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 please try to understand it. Ask me why my answer is different than your answer. What did I do wrong? I can't figure out what I did wrong. Let me know. Oh, sorry. There's one here. At the top of the note.